Hello, my name is Alec, and this, right here on the floor here, is my Goosebumps collection. You'll see some new editions, some old, plus little other series of Goosebumps along with that. Welcome to Dead House is the first one, and this is one of the first books I ever collected too. They have Stay Out of the Basement. Fun read, kind of unpredictable because we're a story about plant people nowadays. Monster Blood. And believe it or not, Monster Blood has most sequels in the series. We'll get to that later. Say Cheese and Die. And The Curse of the Mummy's Tomb. A little long, a little boring, kind of, but it's okay. Let's Get Invisible. Night of the Living Dummy, which people tell me is the scariest book in the series. The Girl Who Cried Monster. Welcome to Camp Nightmare. The Ghost Next Door. And the classic original, The Haunted Mask. And then you have Be Careful What You Wish For. Great one, in my opinion. Piano Lessons Can Be Murder. Another fun one. Well, Fever Swamp is one of the first ones I ever got, too. I picked that out because I really like werewolves, and I didn't know what Goosebumps was back then, so why not? You Can't Scare Me. One Day at Horrorland is another classic Goosebumps. It's actually a two-part episode, now that I think of it. Why I'm Afraid of Bees. Not much of a TV episode, but if it got me into one, who knows? Monster Blood 2, well, one of the very first Monster Blood sequels. Now we go way back over here again, and we have, Deep Trouble. The Scarecrow Walks at Midnight. Maybe the only book in the series about takes place on a farm. Go Eat Worms. Ghost Beach. Return of the Mummy, and if you notice, it's ironically placed right under the Curse of the Mummy's Tomb. As is its sequel. Phantom of the Auditorium is the very first book to not be made into a new edition cover. We'll also get to that later. Attack of the Mutant. Comic books coming to life. Truth or fiction? My Harriet's Adventure. My favoriteest book in the series. Now, A Night in Terror Tower and The Cuckoo Clock of Doom are both time travel books. The Night Terror Tower takes place in, London a long time ago, but The Cuckoo Clock of Doom focuses on one boy and his lifeline. Monster Blood 3, a very favorite Monster Blood sequel. It came from beneath the sink. Another one that, got it first in the series. It's actually a very fun read. People tell me it's the scariest episode. Night of the Living Dummy 2. My other favorite, The Barking Ghost. This is kind of like the third reprint of the Horror at Camp Jilly Jam, so I could find, so work with me here. Revenge of the Lawn Gnomes. Not my favorite, but every once in a while, just have a good mind. A Shocker in Shock Street. Another classic favorite. The Haunted Mask 2. Which is the only other Haunted Mask sequel. Both Haunted Masks got me into episodes. The Headless Ghost. Well, it's kind of original if you think about it. They've always made movies about ghosts and deformed stuff. The Abominable Snowman of Pasadena. Sometimes they can get pretty boring, but you have to admit, the Abominable Snowman doesn't come much around anymore. How I Got My Shrunken Head. Dun dun dun. Don't even think about that one. Night of the Living Dummy 3, which is actually the last sequel of Night of the Living Dummy. And, actually, pretty good. Bad Hair Day. This is the very first Goosebumps book I ever got. And, I replaced the cover because it was a bit warped. Egg Monsters from Mars. My third or fourth favorite, I guess. It's really funny. Beast from the East. Now, that's not really a good one, but it has lots of fantastical creatures. The only sequel of Say Cheese and Die, which is basically Say Cheese and Die again. Ghost Camp. How to Kill a Monster. Great book. Oh, and here is Legend of the Lost Legend. It's really, really interesting. Plus, it's the second book to not have been made into a new edition cover. Attack of the Jack-o'-lanterns. Makes a great book and a great TV episode. Vampire Breath. Calling All Creeps. Great one. Beware the Snowman. Go over here again. How I Learned to Fly. Now, this is kind of cool, in my opinion. Chicken Chicken. Don't even ask me to explain that one. Don't Go to Sleep. That was actually made the month and year I was born, and so I think it's one of my favorite ones, you know. The Blob, They Ate Everyone. Notice how the Blob it looks like in this book. Doesn't look like the very same thing in the TV episode, but hey, it's still a good book. The Curse of Camp Cold Lake. Ooh, scary. My Best Friend is Invisible. Now that is a very, very, very great book. Deep Trouble 2, which is the only Deep Trouble sequel. The Haunted School. Now, believe it or not, when the episode from Tales Give You Goosebumps Perfect School was made, the DVD from that episode featured this, even though it was a completely different storyline. Werewolf Skin. This is the third book to not be made into a new edition cover, along with the other two. But unfortunately, the only one I have left to collect is I Live in Your Basement, which is not here, and people have hard time trying to find it. And this is the last Monster Blood sequel before the series ran out and you started Goosebumps Series 2000. I have a few of those if you're interested. But first, we focus our attention over to my bed, where I have a series of Ghosts of Fear Street. I have a few Fear Street too, but these are kind of made for younger viewers, or younger readers rather. Recently, Simon & Schuster made 2-pack books made into one. This one is a copy of the first 2 stories in the series, Hide and Shriek, and Who's Been Sleeping in My Grave. That cover is from Hide and Shriek. This is an original cover. Third one, The Attack of the Aqua Apes. One of my favorites in the series. And then we have another double, Fright Night in the Ooze. And one more double after that, and that's all the doubles I have. Revenge of the Shadow People. And the cover, The Pugman Lives. This is my favorite one, Night of the Werecat. How to Be a Vampire. Yeah, that's kind of an okay read in my opinion. Body Switchers, Outer Space. One of the more weird ones of the series, but hey, doing like a good body switch now and then. Don't ever get sick at Granny's. Good advice. You know how crazy old people can be. And I recently got this a couple of months ago, actually. This is number 30. I was a 6th grade zombie. Horror Hotel Part 2. I wanted to get Part 1, but apparently no one's been able to find it. Okay, now we go live to my bookcase, where I haven't set things up like recently, but okay, this is the 5th Fear Street book. Forgive me if I'm wrong, I don't know the numbers of these yet. This is the wrong number. Ooh, great one. Number 8, Halloween Party. This is another one of my favorites. Number 19, I believe. Oh, I actually have number 9, The Stepsister, but my mom's borrowing it. But, this is Sunburn. As you can see by the bookmark, I haven't quite finished it yet. Still stuck on it. The Wrong Number 2. That's the sequels in the series, huh? Another favorite, The Mind Reader. And who wouldn't want to read minds, but not the way this girl is. I mean, it's kind of scary. Truth or Dare. It's based in a ski resort. Not really sure about this one, but it's okay. I haven't read these last two, but my mom has, and she says they're really good. College Weekend and The Rich Girl. Would you kill to be rich? The question on everyone's mind. Okay. Now, these 3 books right here are some earlier R.L. Stine's earlier works that I just picked up somewhere. This is Beach House. Haven't actually read it, but I'm really planning to. The Girlfriend, which actually had I think 2 or 3 sequels, maybe? Not sure. Oh, and this is when he was Jovial Bob Stine and typed mostly joke books. 101 creepy creature jokes. Believe it or not, there's more than 101 jokes in there. It was actually published 2 years before the first Goosebumps book. And now this is a special edition of The Haunted Mask. It's actually the first edition I had before I replaced it with the other one. But it actually has some very cool bonus features. Okay, now we get into my Goosebumps Series 2000. I only have 3 of those. Number 16, The Mummy Walks. Ooh. Number 17, The Werewolf in the Living Room. One of my other favorite books. Number 23, Slappy's Nightmare. The second book before the end of the series. Yeah. It's number 25 books in the series. And then I have 2 Tales to Give You Goosebumps in that series. I have the second edition, More Tales to Give You Goosebumps. It features 10 stories, like all of them do. This one, The Werewolf's First Night, which is kind of expected. P.S. Don't Write Back, which is a really fun one. Something Fishy. You Gotta Believe Me, which is about this kid who always sees aliens. It's a good one. Suckers. Dr. Horror's House of Video. The Cat's Tale, which is actually kind of turned into Cry of the Cat a little later on, which is the very first Goosebumps Series 2000. Shell Shocker, Poison Ivy, and Spirit of the Harvest Moon. And then I have even more Tales to Give You Goosebumps, which is the next one, number 3. And it actually has a few of the episodes that got made into TV episodes. Like, see the third one down, Don't Wake Mummy. That's a great one. And The Perfect School. So great, got me into 2 parts. This is my favorite one right here. Yeah. So that is anything else? No, that's all my Goosebumps collection, and it took me basically a long time to get